right, let's get into it. We've got Fnatic, who picked up a sniper, which the crowd seemed to love. Palace is going to be playing that one.
Looks like Pure just wants to farm it up. No time dilation.
Going for it, Armel. He's going to be able to get the pullback underneath the tower. Stormstormer's going to go for that last minute dive. Will he get the kill first? He will. First blood picked up, and he will die in return as DJ's TP completes. But the important part is...
again, no early dilation point, no chrono up yet. Pure doesn't really have much interest in being the aggressor in these situations. He just wants to get his farm.
Those rotations a little bit late to secure the 8-minute power rune. It's picked up by Stormstormer, but they can still get the kill.
Nice spear.
The arena locking him in. They do have Stormstormer stuck. Fishman's going to go for the TP out, but they're both dead. Fnatic pick up the double for Armel.
Absolutely beautiful rotation from Jabs. Then the Lycan can join the ball, take the tier 1 mid, take the Roshan.
This 3-man smoke, if he can get the silence onto Armel, and he does. Chronosphere onto 2. The Omni Knight throws what he can, but is it enough to save the Storm? It is. He's getting the jump away, and he's got plenty of mana to work with. Jen Welsh might be the victim here, as he's going to be pulled back in by the lasso. This time, Stormstormer will use it to great effect to get this kill. It's going to take a while, though, and now Armel is going to come right back in. They're going to try and blow up the Face's Void, but they didn't quite have the damage. Now he gets hit by his stun. He looks to zip away, but he doesn't make it in time. The Fishman 5 takes him down.
Oh, God Strength finishing up that Storm move.
Yeah,
Fnatic's all here.
And they're going to jump for it. They're going to go for Stormstormer, who had the BKB. They forced it out of him, and Armel should not get caught by this, but he does get caught by the Chronosphere. Likes the damage in the sniper. He's the first one down. Stormstormer's going to get the lasso immediately afterwards, see if they can kill the Stormsphere, and it looks like they should be able to get him. No, the heal comes out, and Armel's able to get away. Janwell, still inside the arena, will die, but he successfully saved his mid laner, and that was the most important part of the fight. Jabs and Stormstormer, they're going to run into each other. It's the lasso that hits first. Stormstormer, he's going to be caught by the bushwhack, though.
No one else is here.
Nailed, but the BKB goes out first. There was not going to be that spear in time. Now the Chronosphere, it's going to come through, catching the 2 supports. They do have Jabs trying to control the rest of the cores, but the 2 supports are already dead, and the Stormsphere is being caught by the silence of Katobi. He managed to bring down a core by himself, and now it's just free pickings. The rest of Entity is looking to be able to run down everybody else. Palos, the old Guardian Angel's going to run out eventually, and now he falls. Even a support Fishman Sven is tough to bring down, as he's just going to be able to walk it off even after the buybacks of Fnatic. Entity just rolled over them there.
Building back basically 1,000 gold per minute.
Yeah.
Fnatic farming 0 camps right now.
And now they got a lasso.
Nice
Immediately going to be denied, but they do get the Chronosphere. Oh, and the BKB goes off just before the bushwhack, so we can ensure the Omni Knight kill, and sticking on top of Palos as well. Palos, they don't really have any damage to threaten Pure, so nothing really going to stop him here. The arena goes out, trying to pin in some heroes. Looks like the Skyrim Mage is going to fall, but Pure's going to keep on trucking. See if he can get the bashes on Palos. No bashes whatsoever. What's going on here? Does manage to get a time walk back in. Pure. All right, he's going to go ahead and give away that Aegis. Can they do anything about him on the second life? A pin, gets it, perfect timing, blow him up, he is dead. Pure. Questionable move by him, jumping back inside the base, and he just gave Fnatic.
He does an insane amount of damage.
Yeah, with the full-on Mjolnir and the Chrysalis.
Popping the smoke.
Gonna find the Omni Knight first. That's a great start, especially if they can find Palos. He's right there, and he gets him. Ooh, just in time, Stormstormer gets the lasso around Palos' neck before he can TP away.
He had the perfect angle around that tree. Only he'd gone a little deeper. Look at the D-ward on top of that as well. Octarine on line for this Batrider, so lasso, 80-second cooldown now. And Fnatic, they're smoked around here. Potentially looking to burst
Jabs
Void.
Gonna go for it? No way! A spear immediately pins out, doesn't get the Faceless Void, but the burst damage is almost there. If only they had landed the spear on Pure, it could have been a kill, but Armel is now gonna be the victim of Pure's Chronosphere. They'll turn to the Storm Sphere and finish off Jabs quite easily. And now, utter disaster for Fnatic. At first, they just lost some heroes. Now it's the full team that's gone, and Entity can go straight up for the W.
Just not enough damage in the tank. Good spear tank from Entity, and now you're in a high
be careful
situation.
there. They're going to go for the Omni Knight first. They recognize how important he is now. Armel's going to try and respond, pull back. They do. Faceless Void actually tanks the damage for the Batrider, and now stunned right next to Pure. Palos in huge trouble and just gets burst apart. The instant bash coming out onto DJ as well as he limps his way back to the fountain of bushwhack. He will not survive. Burns down in the fire and flames of the dragon. His Entity look to finish out the game now with a straight up tier 4 push. Fnatic, nothing left in the tank, it seems. Jabs will do what he can. Maybe they'll get a support or two. But at the end of the day, the cores are still going to be trucking. They're still going to be focusing on the main objective. They'll take the buildings and force the GG out of Fnatic. Game 1 goes to Entity.
Absolutely clinical game from them. The lanes not going their way early on, but doesn't matter. They just take over the map with the lycanthrope.
We'll see whether or not they're able to bounce back off of what happened in Game 1. In your opinion, what, do you feel?
I mean, this mid lane matchup isn't the easiest if you're going to
He's going to go for it,
Here's that
Armel.
level 3
What's
kill.
the kill? He's got the tornado. Stormstormer tries to throw it. He tried to throw it to the side, I think, to catch Armel, or maybe thought it would be just thrown in front of him to be able to get it, but no. A big mistake from the Stormstormer Invoker, and Armel takes full advantage of it.
And meanwhile, Jabs.
Now, this is something they kind of did set themselves up for, Entity, that is. Do you feel like, would you say they're a team that is less reliant on a strong laning phase?
We say that, and
Pure, he pulls back Jabs into the hook, but that's not going to do him any good. And Jabs, he's going to turn into Fishman.
The body box?
Ooh, nice. DJ trying to get in front of him. Ooh, couldn't quite get him in front of him. The second time with the plasma field will ensure the double kill for Jabs. 4-0. Armel, though, is in some trouble.
Fairy
and
fire.
It looks like the Entity might be able to get a counter kill, but no. Armel lives through it. And Januel, well, now that he's here, he'll chase away the rest of Entity, no problem. And
now DJ can just move back in this jungle.
Pure? He's going to go for that kill on DJ. But a spike carapace does allow him to be able to disengage. He's got a stun coming up too. So Pure might be able to get this kill, but it's going to take a little bit.
The jukes?
He's got the hook. It's coming up. He's threatening it. Oh, is he going to get it? DJ dodges it.
The Tranquil's running.
The heals are coming up. The Tranquils are full engaged, and DJ.
He might even turn
Fishman.
here.
Oh!
The ward plant.
He barely gets the last hit by dropping the ward, gets the kill on DJ, but he is going to lose his own life and the Observer ward. I'm going to say DJ, well worth it for him. Toss back. Oh, he couldn't quite get it. A toss straight up in the air to prevent his own death, but Armel's going to keep going for it. Tries to go for the lasso, but the cold snap will keep the distance. Maybe that's why he popped the Eye of the Storm and just farmed the hard camp. They're now going to try and go to the other side, but oh no! They do manage to get the hook, but at the same time it looks like the Pangolier is going to die before he gets off the Rolling Thunder. Palos does die off of that hook pick from Pure.
Absolutely huge grab for this Pudge. I mean, sure, your Pango goes down, but who cares, right? You're taking the highest net worth hero with the best farming rate off the map, and more importantly, Pure getting involved here, boosting his net worth up.
Yeah, get some experience for himself where he was seriously lacking.
They have a toss back.
Another attempt at a hook, perhaps.
Can't hit it.
He's going to go for Januel, but he's just easily sidesteps it and does manage to get a nice high ground tombstone. Can they fight around this? It doesn't look like it. Stormstormer may just go for the kill onto this Tiny, but other than that, they're not going to go for a full-out fight. Paolo shows up. They actually...
another ward, too.
Nice. Get the last hit on the ward. They get
cliffed.
the hook. Push back there for Fishman. Save him from that cliff scenario. Yeah, maybe at best they could catch Jabs here. Jabs, does he have his BKB back up? He does. So he's actually going to latch on to Stormstormer. The nice hook from Pure saves him, pulls him out of danger. And look at Jabs. He's just walking into them. Now the rest of the team is coming in from the side, but Jabs is already dead. Here comes Palos. He throws out his stun. They chain it onto the Tiny. Looks like he's going to be the first one down. Pure's going to fight this out. He's got his Aghanim Scepter, but Januel doesn't give a damn. In fact, he's amplifying the damage that's now coming out from the Bad Rider. The Flesh Heap is dodging a lot of his damage, though, and he managed to hit the hook. He's to pull back in. Armel has to recommit to be able to finish off this Pure tanky Pudge, but it finally does go down. Now they turn over to Toby, who looks at Palos, does manage to hit the shield crash, not quite enough damage, but maybe Fishman can finish him off. The Sun strikes off the mark, and Toby dies, and now Fishman overextended in an attempt to run down Palos, but will pay the price.
The Januel Undying buyback somehow actually working out and bailing out this Alchemist. That plus probably some buybacks around their tower. That's what they're hoping for.
DJ finds the opening. It's going to be on to the Pure Pudge, so he's pretty tanky. Already down to half health, though. Palos going to start going to the work. Where's the Fishman save? It's denied. Stormstormer, they get in front of him, but Armel is going to make sure he doesn't get it up. Pure actually does get bailed out ever so barely. He gets the TB completed thanks to the BKB. Does manage to hit the impale onto Stormstormer's Invoker. Pull him back in with the Razor, laying in the damage. They easily clean up Entity. I mean, without the Pure Pudge, what damage is there, really?
He lives, but at what price? High ground tomb on the back end as well. No hope
toss
of
back. Really nicely played. Jabs, welcome back to deep inside the enemy base, my friend. You've been here a few times. You're welcome back anytime, says Entity.
Fnatic getting a little too greedy after that team fight when again Pudge He's still full HP
Now the
here.
avalanche, now another toss back, now another potential hook to be able to finish off this Undying. He dies easily. Hook attempted, but Armel does manage to sidestep that one. Palos is back in. Just casually 3 shots to the Oracle. Goes for a finish onto Kentaomi, and he gets it 2. Double for Palos.
Big Bad Alex showing up to bail out what looked like it was going to be some chain feed. You got to dismember this Alc, and they're going to try and burst him with the Sunstrikes. That's your best route at this point.
His hook does manage to get the dismember, but the unstable concoction stops him. They do have the Lotus Orb out on this punch, but a bash is actually coming through. Fear's going to be saved out. Oh, look at him just go to town on a Fishman, and they're still going to pull back this punch to his demise. His jabs starts going to work while the Alchemist, well, he can keep everybody zoned to back. Does get tossed back into the tier 3s, taking a lot of damage. Pure does eventually die here. Finally goes down. The Tombstone's going to be laid out right in front of Entity's base, too. So there will be no response anywhere from Entity.
A sloppy fight.
And everybody else is going to start swarming through from Fnatic. Pure showing himself. DJ immediately goes for it. Spike Carapace into the Impale stun, waiting out the Lotus Orb before he throw out the Unstable Concoction. Does manage to get out the bash. Meanwhile, back lines, they stop the Oracle and prevent him from getting off a good ultimate. They get the hook back. Stormstormer finish off Januel. Undying will claim the head of Entity, and that is it. GG is called Fnatic. They got absolutely stomped in front of the home crowd in game 1, but they have the spirit, they have the resilience, they bounce back in game 2 equally strong, and we will see the full extent now of this series. Yeah, exactly.
They kind of know what their draft's designed to do, they know how to run it.
I mean, it was a good run-up.
You'll take those every time.
All right. To be able to like put pressure into, oh man. 3 HP or something like that. Instead, it's going to be First Blood going over to Kentaomi.
Not that time. Pure.
A lot of damage. The Undying is going to TP in after the Unstable Concoction. He'll get a lot of damage on a Pure, but not quite enough, again, to get the kill.
Sal cancel.
Uh-oh, Toby. He's got one swashbuckle to use here to get away from Jabs. And Jabs doesn't actually worry about trying to chase him down. I think he's just okay with zoning him. Palos gets chased down by Pure, trades his life away underneath the tower, but well worth it to kick this Alchemist out of lane with a big creep wave under tower. Huge win. Gonna try and catch him. Armel is gonna go for the flame break into lasso. Oh, he doesn't have flame break. He's just gonna have to go for the lasso. And Fishman maybe too far away.
No Oracle.
He doesn't have his ultimate, so yeah, he runs all that distance. But for what, Fishman? You could have never saved him in the first place. You didn't have the ability to do so.
He's gonna get run down. Overextension here from Stormstormer for sure. Maybe just.
Oh, this could be dangerous for Fnatic. They're going to be able to catch Jabs first.
He's the tankiest hero.
But they really don't want to go for him, apparently. And he spots him with the Plasma Field. Disaster for Entity as now Stormstormer, no longer having his blink, is going to be caught by. Oh no! Toby rolls through, does manage to get the kill on Jabs, but it's a 1-for-1 trade-off so far. Januel is going to be able to catch up the Fishman, start slowing him down. Armel wants to be able to collect on this kill, but doesn't want to overextend. Good thing, too. Pure, he's got a double damage. Nice 2-man stun. The flame break. Pure's actually taken a lot here. He still has the enrage, though. And there's not a huge amount of nuking threat.
To either keep up the farm rate or try and pressure the Roshan. Basher Rush is just... This is a chat build.
Oh, they get the lasso immediately after. They actually went for the duel, so no cleanse out on the Ursa. The Ursa will turn around and finish off Armel, but he's going to take a lot of damage. The Enrage shrugs off most of it. Now they've got the magic immunity out onto him as well. Fishman may end up falling for Jabs, but Jabs will turn and die. Januel is not going to be able to make it out either. Entity, what a turn from them. 3-man stun from DJ. Did that just save Fnatic's 5? No, a blink in from Toby and Pure will finish the job.
Alchemist not ready to come to this sort of engagement.
DJ, he sees a free victim of a vendetta.
Still has Carapace and Impale.
Is he going to get out, though? Turns around, Impale misses that one. Toby's going to roll up. Nice shield crash over the high ground, catches DJ. And look at that, a nice little stack available as well. Fight way out of Entity's position.
I mean, if you pull this Ursa into a tombstone, sure, he respawns. You're still happy, though.
Start off with the Rolling Thunder immediately with the chain jump. They're going to finish off the Alchemist nice and quick and clean, or maybe not. The Chemical Rage. Pure finishes them off in the end. They do manage to get that one. The Oracle died at the same time, and Pure's going to lose his Aegis, but not before he does a ton of damage to Jabs.
He's
nice flame break backwards, and it looks like Jabs. He's going to win the duel. Ursa's going to come back surrounded by 4 heroes. What are you going to do with the Basher, son?
Bashing absolutely nobody. Tombstone doing a mad amount of work there, and Armel still has Haste Rune.
And even better than a high five, it's a lasso.
Need to strike back here. And all right, we'll give him a little, relive some of the moments here.
I mean, that blink dagger was super unfortunate.
You cannot get closer than this. You really can. Meanwhile, DJ's
Back
finding the
inside the
opening.
game, they jumped onto Jabs. They managed to get the duel out onto him. The Razor's pretty tanky though, with the Soul Rift coming out as well. Jabs doesn't go down so easy. They do manage to get a bash out, but he's still alive through all of it. It looks like between the disarms, the lassos, they can't finish the job. Pure has been pulled off, cold off, and now they're going to be able to chase him down. As Pure, no enrage, no save. They're going to use the unstable concoction right on top of him. They immediately cleanse that. Pure turns around, does a little bit of damage where he can, but Armel slows him down. Flame break backwards, and he ticks on out. Katomi going to be chased down as well. Fnatic, a massive victory, a 1-for-4 exchange.
He's scouting them all. He might get a crazy initiation here.
He's breaking all the smokes right now. They try and get the initiation, but they fail. He gets the spike carapace, the turnaround, and now, oh no, the Razor Jabs gets off the BKB. Stormstormer is taking too much damage, turns around. What is he going to do? Not going to duel, that's for sure. Pure, they're going to be able to get the chainsaw out of the Razor. Jabs are going to fall. They're going to turn out of Palos now.
Pure
Can he get the bashes to be able to stay on top? Pure, he's not sure what to do here. They're going to go back in with the duel. They're going to go for the Undying. The one is done from DJ! A 3-man stun, setting it up. The Undying falls, but Palos is still in fighting shape. They do manage to get the pullback lasso onto this Oracle, but all of Entity, they're limping away. Little HP, but they still survive. And now Pure's back in. He smells the blood in the water. With the Alchemist coming back, see what they can do to him. He doesn't have a BKB, he doesn't have a way to stop all this kiting. He turns around, does manage to get a bash. Another stun from DJ! What a save for the false promise though! Pure is still alive. Pure, he has to fight his way out of this one, but there's no chance in hell. The false promise is gonna wear out, and he's just dead. The damage does its trick. The stun, another one goes out. Katomi's trying to run back into the tier 3s, but DJ, ever the hunter, ever the killer, slaying Entity 1 by 1.
Somebody just got a goddamn rampage through impales in that fight. Add him up 5, 6, 7. I don't know.
The itemization from Fnatic with the disarms, the Abyssal on Palos, making Pure's life miserable.
They're going to need a change on him here for the Eula Scepter. Oh, that puts the Ursa out of commission, straight up into an impale stun, so they don't get a whole lot of damage during this Rolling Thunder. Stormstormer chases out, but all of a sudden, oh no, they're turning around. They do have the false promise, but Jazz is draining him of all his damage, and he's going to turn it back onto Pure. Pure, oh no, he's being dragged away. He wanted to be able to kill the Razor. Turns on to DJ. That pesky Nyx assassin will finally die, but a buyback. He's going to be back in the fight soon. Toby trying to run away from Jazz. Will manage to swatch himself out, but the Pure TP out. He does it again. This is a TP god. He gets out just in the nick of time in a situation where it is absolutely dark.
Absolutely devastating to try and go on. He has Elven Tunic, he has
Radiance. Nice response, DJ, instantly. Uplink Skyrace into an impale, into Palos with the Abyssal Bane. Bye-bye, Toby. He does have a buyback. And they've got all their abilities except for the false promise. Still needs a little bit of time there.
DJ feeling the crowd behind him right now. Is hitting every single stun for this team.
They're going to fight the opening Jabs. They go for it, but the Soul Rift, it's not going to be enough heals. They need a little bit more damage. The dual win isn't quite there. Jabs, he's actually going to be walking away from this. Stormstormer goes down. Pure, he managed to get the kill on the Undying, but he's got to walk away from the static link. They do manage to get the Rolling Thunder. Chain setting up this Razor. You can see Jabs, oh man, he just doesn't give a damn. He's sticking around through all of this one. Palos, they're going to ignore him for now. Go back to the Razor. The force tap straight into the hand clutches up here. The Eula Scepter wasn't in time. Toby, swashbuckle up in a second. Denied by the Abyssal Blade. They managed to turn around, unstable concoction, lasso into the chain stun on the Pure, and that is it! Fnatic! They got crushed in game 1, but running back! Game 2, same draft, game 3, 2-1 against Entity, and they will keep Southeast Asia's hopes alive for ESL 1 Malaysia.
Armel king of the mid, but DJ bringing the house down in this arena, has everybody behind him. I don't think I heard anything else for the last 10 minutes of that game, but DJ chants the entire time, and well-deserved. Just stunned them into absolute oblivion. What a Nyx pick, what a performance. Running the same draft back, proving first time's the charm, second time sealing your fate. Incredible performance.
Yeah, stop wasting my time, trying to get mine, get out the way, move, trying to get past.